checking in with another video, and this is going to be another review. I just drew a blank. This is going to be another review on Love After Lockup Season 6 Episode 5, Reckless Entanglement. If it's your first time joining me, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, and most importantly, subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. We have a great time over here. All right, y'all, hold up. Let me fix my tripod up a little bit. All right. I hope y'all are having an awesome, wonderful Sunday. I am having an awesome, wonderful Sunday. Went to church today. Church was dope as always. Okay. And got me a little something to eat. Tried a new restaurant. This Sunday, I tried this Asian restaurant called 10 Drum. The food was all right. It was pretty good. And then, I went and I tried this donut place, got one little donut from there. That was pretty good. That donut was good. I was able to mingle with people, in those places. And so I had a good Sunday. Talked to my daughter today, talked to my mom, was able to see my grandfather back home. And today was a good day. So now I'm here with y'all vibing, and we about to get into this review of Love After Lockup. All right, let's do it. So if I had to give this episode, review on a scale of 1 to 10, a rating, I'm going to give it a 5. I think this episode was a 5. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, what it was. I'm going to give it a 5. Now, y'all may think differently, but that's what I'm going to do. Hold on one second. Let me adjust my phone real quick. All right, y'all. What's up, Tasha? Welcome to the live. All right, y'all. Let's get started. I gave this episode a 5. Let's kick it off. All right. What's up, Kelly Dixon? Welcome to the live. Hey, girl. Hey. All right. Let's start with Brooklyn and Brian. All right. Hold on one second. My husband be trying to freeze us out at the house. It done got hotter outside here in Georgia, but he be trying to go in. So anyway, all right, Brooklyn and Brian, let's get started with them. So they're boring as crap. They don't have nothing going on. And when I mean nothing, I mean nothing, okay? Because we get her doing the same thing she did from last week. She riding in the car, talking on the phone with them, talking about who is this girl with the big old booty and all this other stuff like that. Why is she taped to the back of your iPad? Yada, yada, yada. Nothing's really going on. She telling the producers, why is it that I'm not taped on the back of his iPad? He hangs up the phone. Then he calls back. She says her baby daddy cheated on her, and so that's why she has trust issues with any other dude, all of that. Nothing else happened with them. Moving on. Tasha said it was a 4 for me. Absolutely, it wasn't that great. This episode, it wasn't all that. So, yeah, Brooklyn and Brian don't got nothing going on. I don't even know why they're on the show. I want them to be off the show. And this is why I think they put a new couple, Will and Courtney, on, because Brooklyn and Brian is going to be on their way out. What's up, I think that's Gold something. I can't see the name. What's up, y'all? Go ahead and like this video up. Go ahead and subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. And let's get on with these couples. We're reviewing Love After Lockup. That come on Friday nights at 8 p.m. on WeTV. We're reviewing Love After Lockup. All right, that was the first couple, Brooklyn and Brian. They didn't have nothing going on. Let's get on to the next couple, which is Mike and Joey. All right, y'all. So Mike and Joey, how does Joey get to this big age, right? And he just act like he is out of touch with what a scammer or a dude that's really not into you looks like. Like, I just don't get it. He acts like he's so spaced out. Like, he does not understand that this man is on BS time. Like, I just don't get it. What's up, Yuli girl? Hey, girl. Hey. So, all right, let's get into them. Mike is still mad about the contacts, right? He the mom and Joey worked together to take his contacts out the phone. So now he's still mad about it, and he's trying to figure out how he can get his contacts back, right? So he go ahead and he does something where he has a backup. He's like, oh, there they go. The contacts are back. Not only does he get the contacts back, y'all, he starts being disrespectful, in front of Joey. He starts listing all these dudes and stuff. Oh, look at this one, look at that one. Aha, he sent me a message. Oh, he sent me a D pic. And I'm like, and Joey's sitting there driving like, oh, wow. What is going on for real? Child, Joey needs Joey needs to run. Absolutely. Child, Google back is back up. Is on that. Yeah, he got his phone back up and now his contacts are back. Okay. So the rules. Mike got some rules when he got out of jail in this pamphlet, and the rules told him that he had to go straight to the halfway house. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Straight to the halfway house. No. What did he tell Joey? Joey is like, we need to abide by the rules because you don't want to get in trouble. He was like, man, I've been locked up 900 times. I know what the rules are. I know what they're trying to do. Don't worry about it. We could just, go on. And they read this rule for them to go straight to the halfway house after they was having breakfast. So Joey was like, well, we shouldn't be having breakfast. He was like, don't worry about that. They always be lying and everything. Mike is going to end up back in jail because he does not think that anyone should tell him what to do. And Joey got his work cut out for him if he deal with him, because on this episode, he already was crying and needed to take a breath of air. And Mike has only been out of jail for like an hour or so. Yuli said Mike will be back. I see Mike not lasting. Right. So next Monday, I think he likes being in prison. He does like being in prison. He likes it. I think he has some other boyfriends up in there and everything like that. So that's home for him, right? He gets 3 hots in a cot. He ain't got to really try and aim at life. He likes prison. Okay, so I think he's going to end up back. So they eating breakfast. They order these 2 meaty omelets or whatever they had. They leave out of there. He reads more of the rules while they're at the restaurant. And one of the rules, which I thought was interesting, says that all of his relationships have to be approved. You have to be a really hardened criminal for all your relationships to have to be approved. Like, he really was doing some stuff, right? So I'm thinking that they approved this relationship that he's in with Joey. I think not, okay? Because Joey is like, maybe we should have told them about our relationship. And Mike is just like, we don't need to do that. Mike don't care about nothing. He don't care about none of the rules. He's just taking everything very lightly. For somebody who claims they're not trying to go back in jail, he's not trying to abide by anything, okay? What else happened with them? They leave in a restaurant. They go on and they're driving, and Joey is up here saying that Mike's body count has to be like 100. He don't really know. Joey, listen, get out of this situation, child. Get out of it. If a hoe was a person, it is Mike. Okay, why are you sitting up here dealing with this dude knowing that you're not that type of person? Okay. What else? They get up to the good old halfway house, right? Because he had to be at the probation office by 4. I don't even know what time it was when they left for breakfast, right, or whatever was going on. So they leave the probation office. Then they take him over to the good old halfway house. Now, he says that he'd been in that halfway house before. When he was there the last time, he didn't even last 3 days in that halfway house, okay? And so he said he got kicked out because he failed the drug test. They kicked him out, and he was out on the streets and doing his own thing, and that's what happened with that. So now he back at the house. The man at the halfway house is giving him the tour, telling him the rules, and Mike is up here saying, in his mind, you can already see the wheels turning, that he's not going to abide by none of them rules. The guy also tells him that if he breaks curfew, he has to be back in that halfway house by 10 p.m. Now, I'm thinking to myself, you just got out of jail, sir. Why can't you be back in the house by 10 p.m.? I don't get it. Like, what do you have out here to do in the streets, okay? But he says if you don't come back by 10 p.m., you got to pay $20, okay, if you break the curfew. So when they get outside of the halfway house, right, he tells Joey, well, you might as well get the $20 ready because we're not coming back. I said, child. Child, what in the world? So Joey is like, this is overwhelming. This is a lot for me to deal with. Mike is going to end up making Joey go back and use drugs, because you already know Mike is ready and willing to go use drugs. He already said he want to find his contact so he can get it fixed, right? So Joey said this is overwhelming. Joey gets out the car. He goes and has a little cry or whatever in a tree. And Mike is sitting in the car looking like, let's go, What else? What else? What else? That's it with them. It wasn't nothing else going on. In my opinion, these two are ridiculous. Mike's gonna be back in jail. Joey gonna be up here crying and talking about he thought that this was the one and all this other stuff like that. Joey's almost freaking 50 years old. How in the world are you not sure if you want to be with a person? How in the world are you this gullible and stupid over a person that almost 50 years old? What life experiences have you had up to this point that has you not understanding that this man is trash? I just don't get it. I mean, do you want your body blown out that bad where you're willing to settle for garbage? I don't like these two. I don't want them on the show. I want to see them no more. They in the same boat as Brooklyn and Brian. Don't nobody want to see the crap. Yuli said when Mike said you better have $20, I said I can't. I said it can't be me, right? Because I would have left him right there, yes, in a halfway house. And save me in my 20. Yeah, he's going to break the rules. What is your problem? Anyway, moving on, because that's all that happened with them. Let's get to the next couple. Let me see. Y'all know I take notes. Let me see who I want to get with. Let me see. Let's do hold up, y'all. Hold on. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for stopping by to my channel and partaking of this review with me. Go ahead and hit this like button, the good old like button, and subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. All right, y'all. Let's talk about Will and Courtney. Will is a weird individual. Will is super weird. One thing I didn't know that Will was that tall. I was like, he's a pretty tall dude, but he is freaking weird. Really weird, okay? So they still, him and the mom talking. They open up. They still at the hotel. He's showing the mom the ring because he's going to ask Courtney to marry him, okay? Will is a weird freak. He is. And so he showed the mom the ring and everything like that, still talking about he want to marry her. The mom is talking about, look, do you think it's smart to be marrying her right when she get out of jail, right? And the mom says that, when Courtney was growing up, she was a smart girl. She got good grades and everything. The problem is curiosity killed the cat with Courtney. She likes to be curious on certain things, and that curiosity leads her into doing wrong things and lands her in prison, okay? So, hold up. She said when she was 16 years old, she left. Now, I'm trying to figure out, did she leave the house? Or was she just leaving back and forth? Because her mom said she would disappear for a couple of days, then pop back up. I'm sorry, at 16 years old, I didn't have that luxury to be up here leaving the house and just staying gone for a little bit, then popping back up. Baby, I was scared to even do that at 16. I'm like, what is going on here? But again, some of these parents come on this show and they don't give us the full background, because if they keep it 100, they already know that they were a certain way with their child, and this is what ended up landing them in this life of crime and all this stuff like that. Like, you got to really hone in on being a parent, especially when they get to middle school, high school age. Those are the times when they're being heavily influenced by other kids. And so you have to really be on your job at that point. You always do, but at that point, those are the most informative years. Yuli says, when I heard about them plugs, I said, for who? Her or you? Absolutely. So, Will then goes, they go to their rooms, they check in the different rooms. Will tells us that he had to get his bag inspected by the TSA, okay? And why he did, because while his bag was going through TSA check, they found a lot of little freaky little things up in the daggone bag. This dude had butt plugs in there. He had a rope in there. He showed us a dildo. I said, what kind of freaked out stuff is you trying to do with Courtney? I'm telling you now, this dude is on some real kink stuff. He wants some real freaked out stuff. And this girl has not been sexually active in about 2 years. And sometimes people think just because they've been locked up that they want to jump right on the peen. Now, most of the men that come out want to jump on it. But most of the women, what I'm observing, they don't kind of want to do it quite like that yet. Because they got to ease back into it or something, I guess. Because when you've been without it for a little while, you just are not ready to just jump on it. Some people are, but some people aren't. But according to Will, he feels like she gonna be ready because he got all of this freaky stuff. I don't know if he stopped by the Adam and Eve store or some type of freaky sex shop or whatever when he got there. But it was so freaked out that the TSA had to check his bag. They was probably like, what is that? That looks like something that looks, let's just check his bag, okay? Okay, so Courtney They go to their rooms. They got to wake up at 6 a.m. to go pick up Courtney. So they go on to pick her up. Fast forward. They outside the prison waiting for her, waiting and waiting. It's freezing outside, but Courtney's mom decides to wear flip-flops. I'm like, child, didn't you know it was cold? Y'all in Ohio or wherever they at. Y'all knew it was freaking cold before you left the house, but you decided to wear slides and then complain about the fact that it's cold. So they waiting outside, and all of a sudden this man rolls up. And I'm like, who the heck is this man? So in my mind, I was thinking that this man was some other dude she was talking to. Now that would have been interesting, right? But it wasn't. Yuli says, where did this right sponsor come from, and why did the production try to play us with making it seem like she was going to go for the sponsor? Yeah, I don't know. And that's what I thought when he pulled up. I was like, who the heck is this man that's pulling up, right? So this man that pulled up ended up being her sponsor, right? His name is Danny, and I'm just like, a sponsor at a release is weird. Like, I never seen that happen before on all the years that I've been watching Love After Lockup. But anywho, she ends up, the sponsor says that he has been sober for 27 years, and he is there to help her get back on track, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, couple of minutes later, Courtney pulls up, jumps out the car. Will is like, she looks good. She hugs him and everything. Now, pause. Courtney came out that car and her lashes were done. I said, who the heck did her lashes in prison? I guess because she was going home, somebody was like, girl, let me hook up the lashes, right? So she had her lashes done and everything. She hugs Will. It took her a few minutes to get to the mom. And I'm just like, that's weird, but whatever. Because the mom lets us know that she wasn't able to go visit Courtney like that. And I don't understand why some of these inmates feel away when their people can't come visit them. Depending on where you're located at, it's a lot. Like the mom was like, I would have had to, book a plane ticket, get a hotel stay, things like that. And if you ain't making money like that, that can be rather expensive. So I don't know why they feel away when somebody can't come see them. It's like, listen, I'll give, you can call me, we can talk on the phone. But if I got to drive or catch a flight and go a couple of states over, that can cost. So I guess that's why she only acknowledged her mom after she acknowledged Will and even acknowledged the sponsor. Then she was like, oh, hey, mom. It's like, Dad, well, all I did was give birth to you, you ungrateful little girl. So we find out that Courtney's drug of choice when she was out in the streets was meth and cocaine. Okay, she said when she was out in them streets, she was making like $3,000 to $5,000 every couple of days by stealing cars and doing all type of robbery. Right? Okay. She said she got locked up for grand theft and identity theft. She said when she was 16 years old, that's when she started getting in trouble. She'd been in jail for 15 months. Okay, so she didn't do no hard time, but one day for me would be hard time, okay? But she's been in there for 15 months and now she's out, okay? The sponsor, he says, I'm here for you to help you and all this stuff like that. Kind of weird, but then he left. Then they got in the car and left, and that was it for their whole segment. Let's move on to the next couple, y'all. Again, if y'all liking the content so far, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. Let's get to the next couple on the list, which is going to be JK and Brooke. No. Let's do Kiana and Demondrick first. All right, y'all. So Kiana at work, right? Y'all already know she worked as a pharmacist tech or something, and on the side she take care of no, that's Alexis. So she's at the pharmacy tech place, and she also does hair. Okay. However, her daggone lace front be lifting all the time, so I don't know how she really do hair, right? She gets a call at her job from Demondrick. Did y'all see how she tried to almost knock down everybody in the way to take this phone call, right? The way that these women be jumping every time these men call is amazing to me. So she goes, she takes the call and everything, and he's been in the halfway house now for a week. So they let him out of the little prison place at the parole where they had to hold him, and now he's been in the halfway house for a week at this point. Okay. He says he has an interview he has to go on. So in the halfway house, he has to abide by these rules and everything like that. So he has to go on this interview, and she says, yeah, I'll be here for you and everything. So she drops everything, and I don't know if she was on her lunch break or what the heck happened, but she dropped everything to go pick him up at the halfway house to take him on this interview, because she said if she don't drop everything and run, she afraid Joella, the baby mama, is going to now fill in where she can't fill in at. I said, girl. So she leave work. She go pick him up. He has to be back in by 5 p.m., okay? And then at 9 p.m., they take his phone. He said he don't like it, he don't understand that, but I was like, boy, I don't know why y'all get in these halfway houses or get out of the prison and think y'all just going to be absolutely free. There's terms and conditions that you have to abide by before you are completely free, okay? So, she said she working 2 jobs and she has spent $20K on him. I said, girl, y'all got me messed up. You got me messed up. I couldn't do it. I'm not going to be working on 2 jobs, spending $20K on some inmate, and then he got 6 kids, and he got 2 baby mamas, and one of them, the baby mama, still want to be with him. And after this episode, I feel like he still want to be with the baby mama too. Child, she another one that's going to get her feelings hurt. So they go to the interview, right? And all of a sudden, Demadrick got glasses. I said, where the heck did these glasses come from? I guess he thought the glasses would make him look more studious or something, make him look less like a criminal. So he said, let me put these glasses on so I can put on. You know, people that try to give off a fake facade of this really smart or intelligent person, they go get these personality glasses. So he went in the interview. He talking to the lady. She asking him, he got warehouse experience, all this other stuff. All of a sudden, his phone rings, right? Who in their right mind would tell the interviewer, this my baby mama calling? I was like, she don't want to know that. So he sits up here. He wraps up the interview. She says, I'm going to pass on your information to the warehouse hiring person and see if they want to bring you in and stuff like that, right? So he leaves the interview, get back in the car. She's like, how'd it go? He was like, oh, I think it went good or whatever. I said, child, he probably left. And that lady was like, Lord. And I think it was a temp agency. I think that's where he went for real. So now he in the car. Joella, which is the most ghetto name I ever heard, calls for a second time, okay? Producers then ask him, does he love Joella, okay? After they asked him that, he started stumbling over his words. He was like, I'm moving on. So I said, child, bye. You freaking still love this girl. You got 3 kids by her. So, yeah. So anyway, fast forward. His brother, Jerry, pulls up. Now, pause. How the heck his name is Demadrick, which is ghetto as crap. And then the brother name is Jerry. I was like, what's going on? Like, what's really going on? But anyway, Jerry pulled up to pick up Demadrick from the daggone halfway house, right? It was a decoy because he know he couldn't have Joella come pick him up because the other inmates that's in the halfway house might be messy and tell Kiana when she come pick him up one day. I don't know. So he had his brother come pick him up and take him to some place called Bucket of Love or whatever. I guess it was some type of fast food wing place, whatever. So he goes there to meet up with Joella, okay? Joella is sitting there. She got her, braids swooped over her face, and they get inside, they sitting down and everything. They're talking and everything. And they're basically talking about how they're going to co-parent with Kiana having an issue with her. And I'm just like, girl, first of all, they got 3 kids together. So Kiana going to have to get over it. This girl is going to be in his life whether she likes it or not. And this is exactly why I'm so thankful that my husband did not have any kids and does not have any kids, and I didn't have to deal with no baby mamas, because it's one thing to deal with a father, like another father, on the woman's. Okay, pause. My daughter's father, if he was still around, I think that him and my husband would have came to understanding and it wouldn't have been no drama, right? But when you deal with baby mamas, it's always some petty drama stuff most of the time, right? And I feel like this is going to be one of them situations, okay? Because especially when you have more than one child by the person. She has 3 kids with this dude. She still loves this dude. And from what we heard during their conversation, he still has feelings for her, okay? He even invites her to a cookout that his family is going to throw for him. She says when she roll up to the cookout, she going to have to wear something a little spicy, to start up some drama. I said, Lord, here we go. And Kiana's going to be there, okay? What else? He said that, he has to, now he hit us with the Donnell Jones. Remember that song, Where I Want to Be? He says that, well, I got to go try things, to see if I want to really be with Kiana, if that's where I want to be. I was like, child, he done turned into Donnell Jones now, child. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens. I don't think they're going to last. I feel like he's going to end up going back to Joella for real, if you ask me. We shall see. Tasha says, my ex-husband is so passive and pretty much non-existent in my daughter's life. Okay, until she calls to play. What's that, Roblox? I've heard of that before. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I know it wouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah, the men don't seem to be a problem, but when you got to deal with the baby mom, child, listen, I'm just thankful. Because some of these women are quite petty. Let's move on to the next couple, y'all. All right, y'all. Moving on to the next couple. Is this the last couple? No, JK and Brooke. All right, JK and Brooke. Y'all, that's how you say it. Okay. And I heard of it before, but child, I don't even have no kids. I don't have no kids in the house. So if somebody say something that's new out for the children, I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. JK and Brooke. All right, y'all. They driving in the car on the way to the mama's house. All of a sudden, JK's in the back seat. And he's like, why am I in the back seat? Why am I not up there with Brooke? He puts his hand up there between her legs. I said, right in front of the mama. I said, what? I said, what is going on right now? What's up, Mike? How you doing? So I said, what the heck is going on? You put your hands between her legs? Are you kidding me? My daughter teaches me the new, games and stuff. Right, my daughter teaches me too, the new slang and everything that's going on because, child, I don't know. So he puts his hand between her legs and I was like, that is really wild, okay? Then they pull up to the mom's house. They weren't so cringe on this episode, child. They pull up to the mom's house, right? So when they get to the house, right, some lady that's renting out a room in the house, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, because I looked away at this moment with this lady, so I don't know who she really was. I don't know if she's just a friend in the family, I guess. I don't know. So she comes outside, give him a hug. Then his stepdad comes outside. His stepdad was like, welcome home, stupid. I was like, what, Dad? So, they give each other a hug. JK says his stepdad has been there when he was younger, so he really loves the guy and everything. They get into the house, right? Friend of the family. Okay, Kelly. They get into the house. When they get in there, the stepdad says something, and JK was like, shut up. And I was like, what kind of terms of endearment is this? But I said, I guess. If that's their family, I don't know. So, JK starts testing. He got the ankle monitor on. He goes and tests how far he can go before it beeps, right? So he goes out by the garage and he tells Brooke to stand there by the monitor that's in the house to see how far he can go. So when he gets to a certain point, the stepdad makes some type of noise with this portable alarm that you can buy from like Amazon. JK comes running through the house like, oh my God. And the stepdad was just like, ha ha. It was funny to me. I was like, that stepdad is petty. He made a noise to make it seem like that was a daggone monitor, but it wasn't. I was like, that was funny. So, after that, the mom says that Marla, that's her name, was going to give up her room. Right, I like the stepdad too. Mom says Marla says she's going to give up her room so you and Brooke can be together, right? Camera pan over to Marla. Marla was like, I don't know what. Marla was. Oh, God. What? I don't know why that was so funny. Because Marla was giving them the thumbs up, like, listen, it is okay for you to blow her back out in my nursing home room, right? Oh my God, I'm so goofy. So Marla gives us the thumbs up to use the room, right? They get up in the good old room. The camera is panning around, getting all of the stuff in the room. Child, Marla's room is a nursing home room. She has one of the beds with the handrails on it. She had a bedpan in there, a CPAP machine. I saw a wheelchair. I was like, what the heck is... And JK just as happy and get right in them sheets. I said, did they change them sheets? Was Marla in them sheets before y'all got there? Did you change them daggone sheets? I said, oh my God. He up in there, laid out like Brooke come jump on it. And Brooke is like me. She was looking around. She was like, I don't really want to be in this room and look like a nursing home, because I was thinking that before she even said it. I was like, this room like a nursing home room. Bedpan, right, was... Child, everything was in that room. So, and I know it stinks. Oh, it had to stink. I know that room stink. I don't know. I'm glad my TV wasn't on scratch and sniff, because I promise you that room stink. I'm telling you. No, it looked like she just got out the bed. It did. So he plops up on the bed. Brooke is like, why I can't have sex in this room? It looks like a nursing home. It's stuff everywhere and all of that. And he's just like, well, what do you want to do? I can't go nowhere. Do you want me to cut the ankle monitor off? And yada, 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 right? So she ends up saying bump it. And they end up having sex in Marla's room. Brooke is desperate, okay? Because it could not have been me. I would have said, sir, I am not having... My girl would have dried up like the Sahara Desert. I am not having sex in this room, in this lady bed with a CPAP, a wheelchair, bedpans, child. I don't know what else was in there. It might have been her pill thing. Child, I'm not doing it. I am not. No. Okay. Kelly said I couldn't see myself having nobody. Absolutely. That whole room would have turned me off. I would have been like, nah, it ain't that deep. So fast forward the next morning, they wake up, he ain't got no shirt on. He got all these tattoos all over him and everything. Tattoos didn't make no sense, right? I didn't get into the tattoos, but another YouTuber that I watched, she said he had the presidents on his chest, like former presidents or something. And I'm like, okay, what the heck is that about? That's stupid. If I get a tattoo, it's going to be something of meaning. But some of these people just be getting anything going on. What's going on, Tasha? How are you? How are you? Welcome. So he had tattoos on his chest. They land there in the morning. Brooke is up here saying the sex was good. It was better than she thought. Okay, yeah, Kelly said she saw it. She said the sex was better. I said, ew, y'all actually had sex in that lady's room. Oh gosh. So she was like, it was better than she thought. She could live with that for the rest of her life. I said, all right, girl, whatever. So they come out the room, right? And Kathy was just like, how was y'all first night? And they all, first of all, let me say this. Kathy is a little bit too involved. I'm not going to, first of all, that house ain't that big. I'm pretty sure you heard how their first night went, right? And on top of that, you're too invested in your son. I understand you want the best for him, but you need to back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Tasha, you said I don't like your nails. You don't like my nails? Well, I mean, I like them. So I don't know why Kathy feels like she has to ask these questions about his life and all of that, right? Sorry, my brother said that. Oh, okay, it's cool. It's fine. So she up here saying that you used the gift I gave you. So I'm thinking to myself, what gift is she talking about? So Kathy had given him a gift the night before, which was some condoms for him to use. JK tells us in the confessionals, he said, ain't nobody got time for no condoms. I'm not using no condoms. Here goes Brooke over there laughing and everything. See, they think it's a real joke. It's all fun and games until she get pregnant. And now y'all got to take care of another mouth. And y'all don't got the money and life becomes hard. And then you want us to feel sorry for you. No. Kathy, I will will say is trying to help them not have a situation happen. However, at the end of the day, Kathy, that man is grown. He gonna do what he want to do. If he sit up here and have a baby, it is what it is. That's on them too. But I think Kathy is in fear that he has a child. She gonna have to take care of him because this probably is what's going to happen. And pause. Did y'all see in the background when they were sitting at the kitchen table how they had like 10, 20 bags of potato chips in the corner? I said, see, Kathy, that's why your back is wide and big, because you got 10 bags and a stepdad got a big bag. 10 bags of chips in the corner. I said, how many chips can y'all eat? That is too much, okay? Too much. But anyway, back to them. So, JK, and then he did say, I need all of that. I need to get all of that. I don't want no condom. I said, oh, okay, yeah, get all of that, okay? I was laughing. Child, I was looking at the chips like, you know what, that's too much. That's too much. So they get in the car because they about to go see his grandmother. It's her birthday. Brooke then starts asking him, like, who was you on the phone with? You didn't notice it? Girl, go back and watch that part. And look in the corner. It was like 10, 15 bags of chips. I said, was Costco having a sale? What kind of chips? So they get in the car, right? Brooke is up here about to start, badgering him about being on the phone. She was like, he was on the phone till 3 a.m. This is what I don't get about these chicks. They get mad about these dudes being on the phone, but y'all freaking broke the phone for the dudes. Like, if you don't want him to have access and be on the phone doing all type of crazy mess, don't give him a phone as soon as he comes out. What do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do? He's been locked up for a period of time. You think he's not going to get on the phone and start talking to other people? When he got the phone, he probably downloaded Instagram and all these other places so he can start sliding up in some DMs. Like, why do y'all get mad about that? I don't understand it. And you're the one that gives them the phone. Like, they don't have a job, so they can't get one on their own. Child bye. So she was like, he better not be talking to Alex. Y'all already know, the mom already said that Alex is the family friend. And she is welcome in their home, and they talk to Alice all the time. Tasha said, right, that's what they're going to do, is be on the phone, right? Especially after not having the phone for so long. Exactly. So what do they think is going to happen, right? So in the car, right, she then goes and says, he up here on his phone, and he ain't even asked about my boys. Girl, he don't care nothing about your kids. Them ain't his kids. I don't know why you think he's going to come out and be this model father figure and all the stuff he had on the shirt last week. He not going to be none of that. He ain't asked about your kids because he don't care about them daggone kids. I don't know why you don't understand that. Because if you don't ask about something, or you're not, whatever you're concerned about and whatever you dwell on is what you are concerned about. He not concerned about them kids. That's why he didn't ask about them daggone kids. She takes him to parole. He go into the parole. He says, give me a kiss in case I don't come out. I said, child, that's not funny. Sir. So he goes up in there, clock it right. So he goes up in there. He up in there for a little while. He was only supposed to be in there for a few minutes. He wasn't in there for a few minutes. It ended up turning into 2 hours. All of a sudden, Mother Hen Kathy calls. She's like, has he come out yet? Brooke is like, no. Kathy makes a statement where I'm like, this lady cannot let go of her son. She says, go in there and check on my son. And what does Brooke do? Get out the car and go and check to see what's going on with JK. I said, Kathy, stop being one of them boy moms. Cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. You got to let this man grow up, and you got to let him handle his business. This is probably why he ended up in some stuff over his childhood. I'm not saying she's the reason he in jail because he makes his own decisions or went to jail, but I'm just saying you got to back up a little bit. Back the heck up and let him make his own choices. If he make the wrong ones, he just make the wrong ones. You have raised him. You got to let go and live your own life. Sometimes parents revolve their lives around their children. You can't do that. At a certain point, you've raised your child the best way you can, and you may have made some mistakes or whatever. Okay, it is what it is. The past is the past. Now, you got to move forward and live your life and let these children grow up, make their mistakes, and be an adult. But That, she just one of them people. So anyway, y'all, that's all that happened with them. Let's move on to the last and final couple or throuple, which is Alexis, Julius, and Ashley. Y'all, why is Ashley such a goofy old high school girl with a bad wig? Child, that wig. You know who else wig was messed up like that? Remember Renika with that green goblin wig that she used to rock? That's what Ashley wig remind me of. That wig looked like something she got off out of Party City. It looks very synthetic. It is horrible. And I'm speaking from a woman who loved her wigs back in the day before I let the locks rock, okay? That wig is, it looks like plastic. It is the most ugliest wig I've ever seen. I just spent 30 minutes on Ashley wig by herself. So I just said I was so embarrassed for Ashley. Yes. Oh my gosh, this episode, she looked like a plum fool, okay? So Julius on the phone, right? And he talking to Ashley. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Julius on the phone, he was talking to Ashley. I guess he telling her he gonna meet up with her later on today and yada yada yada. He then tells talking about Alexis that the sex was good. He didn't use protection. Neither one of them used protection. Now the word on the curb is that Alexis is pregnant by him. I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true. But anyway, Alexis' old goofy self, she up in her confessional with the producers talking about the sex was good. It was a good night. I'm like, girl, whatever. So he says that his family didn't come see him the whole time he was locked up. Again, I don't know if the family was able to see him because of, certain situations, but we found out later what was up with the family and why they couldn't see him. You said his voice aggravates me. He sounds like he has marbles in his mouth. Right. Oh, that wig was too close by her voice. Yes, Kelly, that wig was the worst. If she stand next to, you can't even wear that wig in the summertime. If it gets too hot outside, it's going to burst into flames on her head. That thing was so horrible, okay? So then we fast forward, Alexis, we find out Alexis has been friends with his sister for 10 years. I said, seriously? But yeah, they have been friends for 10 years, but then she goes and says, if it's between her friendship with his sister and him, she gonna choose him every time. I said, wow, that's messed up, but I guess, that's what it is. He got the D, the sister don't. So she gonna always choose the D over the chick, okay? He said to Ashley, so y'all know last week, Ashley was up here taking these sexy pictures, okay, and she was sending them to Julius. Julius tells us he got the pictures. He said, Ashley look all right. In other words, he wasn't impressed, right? He said Alexis looks better. Okay, and I'm like, you know what? He ain't lying about that, in my opinion. But he did say, she look all right. What's up, Ms. Ooh, I cannot see your name. Hello, Ms. That ring light is right in my face. Welcome to the live. Welcome. All right, so he says he gotta sneak out though. Okay, because he gotta make sure he has time for Ashley as well. So Julius and Alexis, they end up riding over to the park to go see his family, right? His family put together some little cookout or whatever at the park. They get over there. While they're driving, his dad calls, okay? And we find out on this episode that his dad was also in jail, okay? So, his dad wasn't around during the formative years of him growing up. And I think that in turn had him end up choosing a lifestyle that put him in jail as well, okay? So, fast forward, they get to the park. We see the mom, we see the sisters, they're hugging him, saying they love him and all this stuff like that. But Julius got a chip on his shoulder because he says the whole time he was in jail, nobody came to see him, okay? The mom said she could not come to visit him because her license was taken. And I was thinking to myself, your license was gone for 6 years. And then she lets us know, y'all, that she had a problem, a drinking problem. And that's why her license was taken. So she probably got like a DUI or something like that. And that's the end of the license, right? She says that she was depressed and that's why she was drinking a lot of things like that. So she's apologizing to Julius and letting him know that she was going through some stuff and that she's, better now and everything like that. So seeing his family kind of made him let his guard down a little bit with that chip being on his shoulder. Okay. Now, fast forward, pan over to Ashley. She up here doing a brandy on y'all, sitting up in my room. I can't think about you. Y'all know that song, right? Ashley up in her room, texting Julius, calling him. He's ignoring her calls. He's ignoring the text. And I know Alexis hears the phone. I know she hears it. And Ashley is like, why is he not answering? It's going straight to voicemail. What is going on? She's such a goofy, dingy woman. Like, duh, he didn't see you the first night he got out. You were in the hotel room by yourself. You had rented. If this is your man, then he should have been with you. Ain't no way you mean to tell me he been with his family all day when he got out. Then the next day he's still with his family because he didn't come see her till way later, okay? And she's sitting up here talking about something, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, girl, what you mean? She's so stupid. So Ashley keeps calling them, ain't getting no response, okay? They get back to Alexis' house. They leave the family, right? He on the phone, probably texting Ashley, letting her know, I'm on my way or whatnot. Alexis does not let Julius breathe, okay? I will say that. Girl, go find something to do. She afraid what? Soon as she get up off the couch, she gonna run out the door or something. So she all curled up under him on her phone and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, pause. I love my husband to pieces, but I need some space. I don't want you all up under my underarm 24/7. I need space. And he does too. Like, no, all of that. Even when we first started dating, it wasn't all like that. Because I've never been that type and he hasn't either. But she all up under him. So he says his homeboy wants to hang out with him, which we know that's a lie, right? So he goes on the balcony to make a phone call. Now, I don't know how it is that Alexis did not hear this conversation from the balcony. He was right there by her. If my husband step out on our balcony right now and I'm right here, I could hear his voice because it carries. He has a man voice, of course. Now, Julius probably was whispering and stuff like that. So he on the balcony, he calls and Ashley is like, babe, where are you? That's exactly how she sounds, okay? He's like, I'm just finished up with my family. I'm about to come see you. And she's like, okay, how long is it going to take? And he's like, give me about 15 minutes. And she's like, okay, love you. And he's like, yeah, always, whatever. He don't never say I love you back, right? And that should be red flag number 3,000 for Ashley. But she just so out of her mind dingy that she don't get it. Okay, so then he goes back in the house and he tells her that his friend want to go hook up with him. His friend want to hook up with him. He want to see what's up with them. He about to go. So Alexis is like, well, when are you going? He was like, well, I'm about to go right now. I'm about to call an Uber. So he just goes on and leave the house. And Alexis is like, you know what? Something don't feel right. I got this feeling. Baby, I got this feeling. She like, something don't sound right. So Julius goes out the door, calls the Uber or whatever. Right now, pause. How the heck he get money for an Uber? Is he using Alexis' account? These niggas child, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry, y'all. Because the N-word, I'm sorry. But some content creators say way worse than that. These Negroes, let me say that, is up here running amok on these women because they are giving them all of the freedom. They're giving them the phones. They're giving them the money. They're giving them all this stuff to come out and do the worst. And then get mad when they do the worst. You got to come out and prove yourself to me. I'm not going to be invested in you, give you all this money, give you all this extra freedom, and then expect that you're going to stay at home. They've been caged up for a period of time, and Julius has been in jail for 6 years. So you already know that his little man downstairs, his little ping is like, beep, 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 beep. He ready to go put it in whatever, right? Child. So he leaves out. we see Ashley at the hotel room. She done put on her makeup, which looks horrible. She done put on that Party City wig that she got, which looks horrible as well. And then she got on this daggone Charlotte Russe dress, okay, with the daggone flower print on it. And she up here in the mirror like, yes, kill him, kill him. I was like, girl, she was hyping herself up. Now, maybe she thought she looked cute. I don't know, but whatever. She said she was hyping herself up. Ashley was crying on the next episode. I know, like she was up here twirling around, missing. She up here laughing. She twirling around. She's like, "Yes, I'm about to kill him." I said, "Not in the Charlotte Russe Forever 21 flower print dress." I said, "But whatever." Okay, she looked a hot mess. Okay, a whole hot mess. All right, so now. He up here, we see him walking down the hallway and everything like that. Then a knock on the door happens. She's like, "Oh my God, Julius, oh my God." And she starts running toward the door. I'm like, child, you would have thought Jesus was about to come up in the room. Girl, yes, Charlotte Russe, child. So she up here screaming, running to the door like some old high school schoolgirl, and then they cut off. So the next episode, she gonna finally see Julius, okay? Child, I cannot. She needs help. First of all, who the heck has her kids? She got 2 kids. Where the heck are the children while you up here parlaying up in the hotel? Ashley, I think she's slow. I want something needs to come out and say that she has some mental issues, and then I would give her some grace, because can no woman be this goofy over a man? Now, wait a minute. In this generation, they just might. Miss says she didn't need her bestie to hype her. Right. She didn't need her bestie to hype her up. You don't need no beat. You better hype yourself up. Well, however that song go. She ain't need them besties this time, right? She hyped her own self up. She said, "I ain't got time for that," right? And then back up. When we first got to Ashley, she was up in the hotel room and she said, y'all know it was her birthday, right? So she said, I had a good time. My friends was here. We threw some flowers, popped some bottles and stuff. I said, child, that's sad. That's sad, because she was supposed to be celebrating her birthday with Julius. And the only reason Julius said he was going to go see her because it was her birthday. And I was like, that is so sad. And Ashley, man, if you ever come across my live, girl, go to ohmyprettyhair.com. They got some really nice wigs, okay? Go get them. They even got, you ain't even got to do a lace front, girl. You can do the headband wig, the one you put on, and they got a headband in the back. Fix it and it'll go right to your girl. The wigs are super, super cute and they look way better than what you got, okay? Because right now, that real black wig is the worst. It's horrible. It's ugly. It looks plastic. It washes you out. You need a makeover. You need some help, okay? So I'm telling you now, even in her confessionals, she got that freaking wig on with that green top. It looks crazy. And I don't know who on the staff of Love After Lockup, do they have a makeup artist or costume? They need to spend some money on getting those things, because some of these people look crazy. But then again, that brings their ratings up and get us talking about it. So they're not going to fix them up. It's the delusion for me. Absolutely. She's so delusional. Oh my God. And she's 31 years old. She older than him. Girl, you cannot be this desperate. And I'm done with my review, y'all. That was it. I think we had all of these crazy couples. This episode was a drag. Like I said, I gave it a 5. It sucked to me. And yeah, we're gonna see what happened next week. We did not get we didn't get what's the other couple who we didn't get? Daggone girl. Oh, what's the dude? Y'all help me. We missed one couple. What is her name? Savannah and Bradley. We didn't get Savannah and Bradley, thank God, because they boring too. The only couple that got something really going on is the throuple. Other than that, everybody else sucks. This season is starting to go down and down and down, episode after episode. And I'm just like, child, Love After Lockup back in the day, it used to give every single episode. Yeah, Savannah and Bradley. If y'all remember the first throuple we had, Michael, Sarah, and Megan. Oh my gosh, them days of Love After Lockup, those was hitting. That's when it used to be fire. But now it's just becoming just lackluster, and it seemed like they reaching for stuff, and I don't know. I do not know. Yes, I love them. Remember Megan and Megan was up here practicing with her church shoes on when she was going to do the Michael. She had on them little black penny loafer heels, and she up here was watching some type of dance class on TV, some twerking thing, because she was getting ready for the ping. Child, that was classic Love After Lockup. Now, I don't know where they find these people from. I don't know. But I'm just saying, no woman should ever be that desperate where they're sitting in a freaking, right. She was. No woman should ever be desperate where they sitting up in a room waiting for a dude for 2 days. So now I guess he gonna go over there to Ashley to have sex with her to see how it is. Tasha said Angela and Tony, yes. Johnson, Cheryl, yes. Dante and Nicole, yes. Gold. Like, these couples now, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Child. But anyway, y'all, that's my review for Love After Lockup. Season 6, Episode 5, Reckless Entanglement. If it's your first time joining me, welcome to the Redefine Me family. Go ahead and click the like button and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe is free 99. It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing to hit the like button either. JK and Brooke had a baby. I need a drink. I need a... And you know what? When I was doing my thumbnail for this live and I looked up their name on Google, I could have sworn I saw a baby, that she was holding a baby. Child, Miss Kathy's worst nightmare came true. In February, oh my gosh, her worst nightmare came through. And I don't keep track of them while the season is on. Like, if another YouTuber put it out, I'll find out about it that way, but I really don't keep track of them because I just want the element of surprise when the season is over. But at this point, shoot, we need to get some deets on them while the season is going on so we can stay invested and interested. But Miss Kathy, her worst fear came true. A girl. Wow. He don't even have a job. He don't even have no teeth. JK is a gummy bear. He don't even have no teeth. He should have worked on getting some teeth instead of getting a baby. Oh my goodness gracious, man. Oh my gosh. It's really hard out here on these streets for some single women. Some single women would just settle for anything. If it got a pulse and a penis, PPs, if it got the PPs, a pulse and a penis, that's all they want. You ain't even got to have a job these days. You can be straight out of prison. You can be anything. If you got a pulse and a penis, you are in there like swimwear. You ain't even got to do much for some of these women these days. And man, women, if y'all, whoever feel like that or whoever is like that, y'all need to really, man, love yourself, man. Invest in taking some classes. Get some good girlfriends. Go on girls trips and road trips and take some hiking and get into a good book. Get a relationship with God. Like, do everything else and then wait until God sends you the right man. Because, man, that's crazy. Kelly says she planned because that's all she was talking about. Yeah, she planned it. I believe she planned it. I believe she absolutely planned it. You can't tell me nothing different. She definitely planned this baby. And I'm like, why would you plan this baby with a dude that ain't got nothing? He ain't got nothing. He ain't got nowhere to live. How is he going to support this new baby? How? I will hope that he has a job by now. I really do. I mean, maybe he was banking off them Love After Lockup checks, but I hope not. And I also heard that Mike and Justine is coming back. I hope not. I hope the heck not. They don't have nothing going on. What they going to talk about? Having another baby? I hope they not coming back. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. But I heard they was trying to make their comeback. And I'm like, oh God, not them. Not them. I don't want to see them. But they need their love after lockup check, and they're going to try to milk it too and trump up some unrealistic drama. Anyway, though, tomorrow I will be out, y'all, with my Motivational Monday message. I'm going to be doing my hot topics on Wednesday. I'm tired of them too. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do a true crime story. I had one I was going to put out about the Menendez brothers. But I don't know if I'm going to continue to do that. I'm working on trying to do my reaction videos. So hopefully I get them up by the end of this month. What I need to do those reaction videos, and I'm going to come out and do those on Friday. And so y'all make sure y'all are subscribed and that the notification button is on so you all can get my alerts when I go live. And yeah, I'm trying to make some things shake over here, do some new things and all of that. I also put in the community, on a community wall, what you all are interested in so that I can maybe pick some stuff up and start doing some stuff on the channel that you all may watch on YouTube on a regular that you may want me to do or that you may like watching, okay? Have y'all been watching that show, The Never Ever Mets? I don't know if y'all watched that. I thought about reviewing it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It's on episode 2. Episode 2 just came on the other night. Y'all let me know. Some of it I'm interested in, but if y'all are watching The Never Ever Mets, let me know if y'all want me to review that show, and I will start reviewing it from episode 3 because nothing major has happened yet on it for real, but it is an interesting show. If y'all don't know what it is, it comes on the O Network. And it's about couples who has been dating long distance and they just never met, right? Some of them been dating for 5 months, 6 months. Some of them been dating for 4 years and never met. Now, I'm trying to figure out this. Real Housewives of Atlanta, I watch it. You never heard of Never Ever Met? I watch Real Housewives, and I thought about reviewing it, but then I backed up off of it. However, I might come out and talk about Kenya and what's the girl? Kenya and what's the girl she showed them photos of that got her off the show? Was it Brooke or Brittany? I think that's the girl that got her kicked off the show. But yeah, Never Ever Met. They never met, but they're grown. Like, what, y'all can't book a ticket to go see the person? You said Brit. Yeah, Brit. Yeah, you gotta check it out, Tasha. It comes on the O Network, I think. I can't remember the day. I always catch it on YouTube because they got it on YouTube too. So if you go on YouTube and you type in Never Ever Met, they have, you can do season 1. I mean, it's season 2, and they got episode 1 and 2 on there, and you can watch it on there. But baby, it's a mess and a half because if you're grown, why can't you book a flight to go see a person in 4 years? And then you got one couple on there, the dude live in, I think the lady live in Atlanta and the dude live in Alabama. I said, y'all like an hour and 30 minutes away from each other. Why have y'all not met yet? I don't understand why y'all haven't met. What the heck is going on? You can get in the car and drive to Alabama from here. Child, because they ain't really want to meet. That should be the name of the show. We didn't really want to meet. But Real Housewives. I don't think Kenya should have been kicked off the show, in my opinion. Now, Britt freaking threatened her with a gun. And you mean to tell me that she didn't get kicked off? If Kenya got kicked off, Britt should have got kicked off. Kenya, I already knew when Kenya doesn't like you and you get on her bad side, she is going to plot revenge. If you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta for some years and she don't like you, oh, she's going to get you back. And when she gets you back, she's going to go to hell to get you back. So they apparently Kenya doing this opening of her little beauty spa, which I'm here in Atlanta. I need to go find it. I don't know if it's open or what, because I want to go and check it out because it did really look cute. And Kenya had all these people there, and I think it was inappropriate for her to do it at her grand opening because it was her opening. Like, why would you do that there? And she goes and starts showing these pictures of Britt in uncompromising positions, and the last one was of her giving some dude head or something. And so everybody was like, oh my God, like, why are you doing this at your grand opening? Like, that's the wrong time, right? But apparently after she did that, they said that production no longer wants to shoot with her. Now I'm trying to understand, how is it that Kenya gets kicked off for showing pictures, and Britt actually said she's going to pow pow or have a pow pow for her, and she didn't get kicked off. So I'm confused. But at any rate, they decided to get rid of Kenya. I believe, though, that Kenya shouldn't have been on this season anyway, because in my opinion, she has outgrown the show, in my opinion. I feel like this new cast of women, let them have Real Housewives. It was great when Kenya was on there with like Nene and Candy and Phaedra and all of them other people. That was her vibe of people. That's when she really, did her thing, when Cynthia was on there. But right now, these new group of women on there, it's like she doesn't gel with them. It's no chemistry there. So she just needs to exit out gracefully, twirl her way up out of it, and just go on. But I mean, she's off the show now, and they didn't show her in the opening credits anyway. So we knew something was going to happen when she was going to get off. But yeah, she could have done that in another way. But it got her kicked off. But anyway, that was on the last episode. But anyway, y'all, I just want to talk about that real quick and Never Ever Mess. But y'all let me know if y'all want me to review something else. I know Kelly said Real Housewives, but it's kind of already got going now, so I don't want to get into it now. But next season, maybe I'll pick it up. I'll pick up Real Housewives, but definitely check out Never Ever Mess. I'm gonna get off of here. I would definitely see y'all on tomorrow for my motivational Monday shorts. Okay, I love y'all so much. Y'all have a happy, blessed Sunday. I'm gonna go relax and chill, and yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Good night, Kelly.